sequel is finally announced. Well, we know that this Batman movie came out. It did pretty well. Most people liked it. A lot of people didn't like it as well, but it did pretty well at the box office. It made close to $700 million worldwide, and the movie was good. It had some issues, I think, in the third act mainly, but for the most part, it was good. It was well made for sure. The music, the visuals, the storylines, and all that. It was pretty well written, well directed, and there's a feel of a new universe being created here, so that's also pretty good. There's a lot of planning going on in this movie universe, so all of that lines up. So I was kind of shocked that they did not announce um, the sequel the very weekend of releasing this movie, but I actually wasn't that shocked as well because we know that the merger was happening, and when you greenlight a sequel and stuff like that, you have to sign contracts with the actors and when they're coming back and all that. So I was kind of expecting that they won't announce a sequel then. So they waited all this time, and at CinemaCon, they finally announced a sequel. And now the Batman is returning for a sequel. Nobody knows who the main villain is or the story is going to be, but Matt Reeves is going to be returning. Robert Pattinson is going to be returning. And the rest of the cast is also returning. So one thing I'm excited to see about this from the sequel is Barry Keoghan's Joker. So he's one of the things that I'm actually excited to see. I'm also excited to see Penguin. I feel like he was the best character in the Batman movie, and I'm actually looking forward to that more. But Robert Pattinson, I'm glad that this is doing well for him, and I'm glad that he's getting a sequel of his own. Um, and yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that. What do you think about the sequel announcement?
Look, like this movie did pretty well at the box office, considering people online. I don't. I just think it's a small fraction of people who say that it did bad at the box office. Look at the budget and look at the box office income. It did pretty well, and the HBO Max numbers for were good as well. I think it's right up there near the top, or is it number one? Um, so like the movie was obviously liked by people. It was a different Batman movie, and it was going to get a sequel no matter what. And the Matt Reeves Batman verse is slowly building. The Penguin is shooting later this year. We have the Arkham Asylum show. He's going to get a Batman trilogy. So I was never in doubt that it was getting this, not getting the sequel. It was obviously going to get one. They were waiting for this CinemaCon, to show off. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I don't think it's the greatest Batman movie I've watched. It's different, but it's more of a story. It's more story based. It's not like action spectacle and story. It's very different from Batman v Superman. It's very different from The Dark Knight, but that's good. We don't want the same similar comic book movies. And I think you look at Batman Begins with Christian Bale. You look at Batman '89 with Tim Burton. They were getting used to the world, the character. I think in their sequels is where they really came to their vision of the character, and even better. I think Batman Returns is better than Batman '89. I think The Dark Knight is the best comic book movie of all time. So hopefully Batman 2 can be The Dark Knight or be the Batman Returns. And I think it will, because Matt Reeves will be more used to the character, the world. So will Pattinson, so will Kravitz, so will Colin Farrell. And maybe he'll get more freedom as well, because the first one did so well. So I think the possibilities for the sequel are even higher for it to be a better movie. And I hope it is a better movie. If it can be The Dark Knight of the Nolan trilogy, then hopefully that's a very high bar. But I just think they'll be more familiar with the story, and I think what Matt Reeves is building could be not just a singular story in terms of the first one was good. I think maybe all three of them together could be a great trilogy. So something that Zack Snyder didn't really get to finish with his overall arc, but he got to make three movies. Christian Bale got to make, or Christopher Nolan got to make three movies. So let's see what Matt Reeves is building towards. He obviously has the backing from the studio. So I'm excited. I'll definitely be. I think Robin Pattinson did a fantastic job as Batman. And he did something that the other Batmans didn't really do. Was really he acted through the cowl for most of the movie, through his eyes, and that was very overwhelming at times because I wasn't used to it. You know, from a live action Batman, and I